I'm CeCee Torres with IdeateTV here at the Los Angeles Time Festival of Books, and I'm with the author of an El Salvadorian cookbook, Alicia Maher. Hi, Alicia.
Hi, CeCee. How are you? Thank you for stopping by.
Of course, we saw your cookbook, and this is El Salvadorian dishes. Tell us all about it.
It's all about authentic Salvadorian cooking. I'm Alicia Maher. I was born and raised in El Salvador. I have lived in LA since '86. I came to LA because of UCLA. Go Bruins.
Oh my goodness.
But I wrote and published Delicious El Salvador. I did it in English originally. I won the Gourmand Award in Beijing in 2014 for Best First Cookbook of the World. And last year in Sweden in 22 for Best First Cookbook in the world in the last 25 years. And my mission is simple, CeCee. My mission is to preserve and celebrate Salvadorian authentic food for the next generations.
Well, that is a great mission. So tell us how your dishes are able to do that.
Well, they're able to do it because these are the dishes that have been in El Salvador for centuries. And these are the dishes that our grandmothers were cooking. And especially for the Salvadorian community, we left our parents in El Salvador, we left our grandmother, we left the women that would pass on those traditions. So with Delicious El Salvador, I am trying to fill that cultural void and that, ancestral void for the community, especially for the Salvadorian diaspora.
Now, a lot of times people know Mexican food, particularly here in Los Angeles. What's the difference between Mexican food and El Salvadorian food?
Well, the main difference is the spiciness. Okay. In El Salvador, we don't use spiciness like bell pepper.
Okay,
sorry, not bell pepper, jalapenos. They're very spicy. We do use it,
the
but
part that I love.
I love spicy too, but it's just not part of our tradition. However, our cooking is very similar to the Oaxaca cooking and to the cooking from Merida, especially because the climate in Merida and in Oaxaca, it's tropical. So all the things that we grow in El Salvador most of them are also growing in the region. So we have a lot of, similarities too in our food.
It sounds like a lot of natural food, organic food, whole foods. Is that a staple of El Salvadorian food?
Yes, it's all about using fresh herbs like thyme, parsley, fresh cilantro, using a lot of vegetables. Using a lot of legumes like beans, corn. So we are and desserts, of course, lots of pan dulce. We love our pan dulce and cafecita. And El Salvador also produces wonderful coffee too. So I'm very excited to be here at the LA Times Festival of Books.
Well, you're making us hungry. I know you don't have any food here, but can you show us some of the dishes that people can find in your cookbook?
Of course, yes. Here we have a traditional potato salad that we eat this during Christmas. Like if you're having a potluck and the tia is coming and she says, you ask, what can I bring? And she says, I'll bring the potato salad. And then the next chapter is all about, this is another one, ensalada de coditos. And then we have the soups. We have the basic shrimp caldo, shrimp soup. And from this soup, you can also add cream or you can also add eggs and potatoes. And then it becomes 3 different dishes.
There's so many delicious dishes in here. Was it difficult to choose your favorites?
Yes, it was hard because I can write a book about Salvadorian cooking and you can put 1,000 recipes or more and it wouldn't be enough. So it was a little bit, it's like having... Oh my God, it's like choosing between the most beautiful flowers. Who do you choose? But we have this is one of my favorite soups, Salvadorian mariscada, Salvadorian seafood. And it really showcases the Salvadorian coast and all the seafood that we have. And then we have a little bit of the landscape in there. And then we have one of the most famous soups in El Salvador. We have the sopa de pata. But we also have desserts like marquesote, which is a sponge cake and is usually served with a cup of coffee or a chocolate or for baptisms.
That looks really good.
And of course we have the pupusas and the traditional dish for Christmas, which is the Salvadorian turkey. It's a very luxurious and luscious dish.
Is the cooking process for these recipes difficult, or can anyone make them?
It's easy. It's just a process. Like when you're making the turkey, you make the sauce ahead of time. So that way, and then of course, you prepare the turkey with the mayonnaise and the mustard and you let it marinate. But if you already prepare the sauce ahead of time, all you need to do is just throw the turkey in the oven and put the sauce and let it cook, and then you just baste it with the sauce every few hours, and then that's it. It's all and I think with a lot of ethnic cooking, like Mexican cooking too, or Italian cooking or Salvadorian cooking, when we didn't learn firsthand, it seems harder. And also a lot of times too, our cooking is still an oral tradition, which is passed down by, viewing, by looking what they're cooking, what the abuelas or the moms are cooking. So it's not hard. It's just getting the ingredients and having fun too. That's the main thing too. And here we have Salvadorian guacamole, which is a little bit different than Mexican. We do add cheese and hard-boiled egg.
Well, it sounds like there's also cooking lessons if you pick up this book. So if people are interested in Salvadorian food, would you recommend, hey, why don't you try cooking some recipes?
Try Delicious El Salvador. You can also visit my webpage, deliciousElSalvador.com. I share recipes, and visit my YouTube channel, Delicious El Salvador. I have lots of recipes in English and Spanish too. Perfect. And these are here are the famous pupusas.
You gotta show off pupusas when you're talking El Salvadorian food.
Yes, and pupusa, it comes from a Nahuatl word, pupusawa, and it means either stuffed or when it puffs. And it's also El Salvador's national dish.
I did not know that, so I learned something new today. Anything else you're working on in the future?
Oh yes, I'm working on my second cookbook. I'm working on more videos to bring to everyone so everyone can learn. And hopefully there is also a restaurant, on the horizon. Yes.
So you're working on some big things.
I'm working on big things, always celebrating Salvadorian food for the next generations.
Well, best of luck to you, and good job promoting the Salvadorian, not only the dishes, but the culture and pride in that. So thank you so much for speaking with us, Alicia.
It was very grateful for the interview. Thank you. IdeateTV,
IdeateTV.
IdeateTV.com. Thank you.